started feeling better about myself because for the past 3 years, while I'm DJing and I'm showing a fake smile or whatever, I'm fighting cases and dealing with a whole bunch of BS on the side at home. So I'll just go home and I mean, I'll just go DJ and hey, I'm good. What's up? Everything's good. But the moment I get out of there, I was just already back to my mind like, damn, I gotta do this. Damn, I gotta wake up tomorrow to go to court and do this. Like, damn, I'm depressed. Like, what am I gonna do? While all that is going on, I'm still working. I'm working my day job. So I'm at work doing what I gotta do, thinking about everything that just happened with me this past week and thinking about what I gotta deal with. That's just I was just always drained.
This is Sad Boy Radio.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sad Boy Radio. I'm your host, Matt. Today's guest, we got, he's DJ'd for Miky Woodz, for El Alfa. Man, he be starting a little bit of trouble out there in the streets. It be like that out here. Shit, go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
I go by the name of Gato The DJ, and yeah, I don't be starting trouble out here.
First of all, I want to touch on, your experience DJing for, these Latin artists. A lot of the times that's a big step for a lot of DJs, especially when you're younger in the game. They also represent who we are, right? Being Latinos in the industry, it's something that, like, man, you almost dream of it one day, and then when it finally happens, you don't realize that it's happening.
Man, my favorite one, it's crazy that you mentioned was Mickey Woods. I got a random call like at 6 about his DJ and I'd be able to be there if I could DJ for him, and I was like, yo, for sure, let's make that happen. Um, it's different. It's dope. You got to be on point because they're gonna send you, a list, and you got to be able to like stop whenever they want you to stop at a certain point and be able to like go with the flow and hype up the crowd and sound effects and all types of stuff. But it's a nerve wracking experience. Every time I get up there, I won't say I'm not nervous, but once you're up there and you're like in your flow, it's naturally comes. But it's a dope experience, man.
And those experiences, they happened a while ago, right? A couple years now.
Before COVID, so like 3 years ago.
How do you feel like having that success a little bit early on helped shape the way that you view success?
It changed the way I approach things because I was young when I was doing those events. I I wasn't real. I was realizing what I was doing, but I really didn't like capture like, yo, you just opened up for this artist, or you just did that with that artist. If I knew that that was gonna be, that day that I was gonna be able to do that, I would have brought a whole team with me. Like, yo, let's do this, let's record that. But it's an eye opener. Like, you never know when those times are gonna come. Look, it's been 3 years. I haven't been able to do that in 3 years, and I'm just waiting on that moment again. I'm not gonna rush it.
Do you feel like having that success early on, it kind of inflated the way that you look at yourself?
Yeah, and no. I wish it happened now. I felt like it was too soon in my me trying to figure out what I want to do with the DJ career because I wasn't sure at the time. I was everywhere with it, and then to this day, I'm still like, man, what do I want to do with this? Like, where do I want to go? I feel like it happened too soon. It was way too soon in my DJ career.
What do you feel like would be different now versus then?
Man, social media, how everything works now. Like, if like I said, if I had a whole team with me at the time, if I had people recording, and if I had people coming out with me, supporting me as a group, instead of like me just going alone and doing everything alone, I think it would have changed my whole image of who I am as a person and what do I do when I get to those events. But I was just going alone and just going with the flow and just not really, caring at a time.
I look at it two different ways, right? The way that you mentioned it is that when it happens, you don't really understand the magnitude of that moment and the experience that you're having. And then that's kind of like me, right? I'm gonna kind of like map out how it's been for me. Getting the interviews that I did early on, some of them it was a little too soon. Some of them I hit at the right moment and it helped catapult me. But at that moment I didn't view myself a certain way. So I was just like it didn't do as much as it could have. And then there's you get down the line and you're like, damn, I did this, I did that, I did this, and your head gets a little inflated. And that ego can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing because the ego is what prevents you from moving forward because now you say, "Oh, I did this already, so I deserve to be complacent. I deserve to be in the position I am instead of looking to grow more."
And that's why I said, yeah, like I felt like I didn't take advantage of it at the time. I'll definitely do things way different than how I did before.
In what ways?
3 4 years ago, when the industry was like at its, I feel like it was at its peak at one point. When it was at its peak, like it was just a mess.
How so? You gotta elaborate here, man.
It was just always Thursday through Friday or Thursday through Monday. Like, yeah, you're gonna go DJ. You got these slots, da da da. And by the time I get there, we're already drinking. We're already trashed. All types of stuff. Getting home like at 5 in the morning, just over it.
So that was an industry problem or a you problem?
It was me for not stopping it, but it was more of a what I told people to like, yo, chill out. This, it was never like that. They never cared about me telling like, yo, let's chill out. Let's do it like this first, and then after we're done with this, let's go do that. It was just start. The moment we started getting ready, it was just start on it. I was like, nah, that's not good. That kind of like messed up a lot of things for me early on. But you got to remember, I was young.
What are some negative things you think that came about those situations?
I didn't end bad relationships because I mean, if they ended and they never, revented themselves, then that was never supposed to happen. But like a lot of relationships with a lot of people, I did cut off.
So how do you feel like that impacted the way that you started moving, the way that you think now?
I do enjoy myself. I'm never gonna say I don't enjoy myself. I do go out. I do have a good time when I'm DJing or something. But like, I don't overdo it no more, unless I'm off. If I have a whole weekend off, I'm definitely gonna go out with the guys and go have some drinks or go to the casino or something. But now, if I'm off, I'm not gonna go out. Back then, I was gonna go out.
Regardless, you were gonna fuck shit up.
Now, if I go out, it's just to go show some support to somebody, go to somebody's event, be there for like 2 3 hours, and just go.
And that's something that changes as you continue to grow in this industry, right? For me, I'm only 23, but when I was 21, I was out every weekend being on some ignorant shit. And as time went on, I just stopped enjoying it like that. I stopped viewing it as let me pop out, let me get fucked up, because the next day I would just be like, damn, I did some dumb shit. Oh, what the fuck did I do?
Like you're waiting for a text, somebody tell you like, "Yo,
Literally, or like the whoever I'm with, I'm like, damn, they're probably mad as fuck at me right now.
I woke up to too many of those mornings."
Now it's to the point where I only go out to really support like the people that I fuck with, the people I've interviewed, the people that I genuinely, enjoy being in their presence. Otherwise, it's like, man, what am I gonna go out for? There's nothing of substance there.
You're gonna see the same thing again. If it's nothing else, you're gonna see the same people drinking. No offense, you're gonna get trashed. You're gonna waste money, and then you're gonna wake up at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning at the house like.
It's gonna be some bullshit. That's all you're getting yourself into.
Times I've ran into you has always been at events we're popping up for people. I ran into you at man, I ran into you a couple. I think it was brunches. It was at the roof at the rooftop.
Man, when it comes to those events, I'll be seeing so many people that I don't even know. So a lot of people will come up to me and they're like, "You got that podcast, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And like sometimes if they're an artist, they'll be like, "Oh, you're gonna interview me one day." I'm like, "Bro, like you're not the first person that said that to me, and you probably won't be the last." But well, shit, I mean, show me something. Show me what you got, and then we can talk. It's got to be more than because you know people I know, right? It's got to be because I admire the skill you have and the things that you've done, right? The fact that you were a part of a night where you had Dre Wicked and DJ Ozone. I trust anybody that Ozone will send my way. You know what I'm saying? So if you got that cosign from Ozone, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna take a look, right? Shout out to Ozone.
He used to book me at Masadas.
Oh shit, you were on the bullshit with him?
Yeah, we used to go to Masadas, man. Masada was lit over there, but yeah, we go back. Me and those will go back to when V5 used to put us on together.
Ozone said that Masala Sundays at some point it started to fuck with his mental because of the environment you were putting yourself in. How did that situation impact you?
When you would go there, like I said, you would go there to get trashed, and you would leave out of there either gonna be arguing with somebody or gonna be going to the home to some argument. It was always a good time. Don't get me wrong. You're always gonna have a great time there. But it was at I think it was just at a stages where we just wanted to be outside and we wanted to be just out on bullshit. I think that was like what 2017 era, 2016 era. 2017, 2018 era. That's when we were just out every day. Yo, what are you doing on Thursday? I'm gonna be here. We're out to like 5 in the morning drinking. It's not healthy. And then that would mess up your Friday. So then Friday you start drinking again. It's it just it's a whole circle of that.
I want to touch deeper than the fact that, right, we're out all the time. We're in these clubs. It's fucking up, relationships. Mentally, what place did that put you in?
It drained me mentally. I like I'd be depressed at home. I live alone, so you know how that goes. Being alone at home, depressed, thinking about everything that you went through, thinking about stuff like you gotta catch up on, thinking about shit you gotta get done. I just wasn't there for a while. Like I recently just started feeling better about myself because for the past 3 years, while I'm DJing and I'm showing a fake smile or whatever, I'm fighting cases and dealing with a whole bunch of BS on the side at home. So I'll just go home and I mean I'll just go DJ and hey, I'm good, what's up? Everything's good. But the moment I get out of there, I was just already back to my mind like, damn, I gotta do this. Damn, I gotta wake up tomorrow to go to court, do this. Like, damn, I'm depressed. Like, what am I gonna do? While all that is going on, I'm still working. I'm working my day job. So I'm at work doing what I gotta do, thinking about everything that just happened with me this past week and thinking about what I gotta deal with. I was just always drained, like literally drained. Always wanted to be home. Never wanted to pop out. That's why I stopped going out to spots. If I wasn't DJ, I wasn't going anywhere. But then I was like, you know what? I need to stop doing that. I need to stop draining myself. I'll literally wake up. First thing it was, I'm mad. I'm thinking about stuff that I gotta do, stuff that I gotta take care of, because if not, I'm gonna get in trouble. Like stuff like that. I was just always drained. I recently, like 4 months ago, just started feeling, all right, I'm good. I'm there.
How do you feel like you've turned it around and put yourself in a space where now you're feeling healthier?
Anything that was just gonna bring me down, I just ended a lot of that stuff. I just said, gotta worry about myself now. My daughter. I have a daughter, so like anything happens to me, I got a daughter that someone's gonna have to take care of. And man, yeah, depression is a thing when it comes to being in this industry.
And that's something that even Damn Damn touched on, right? A lot of people in the industry, they have to put up this fake smile. And that's why a lot of people drink. They start to indulge in these vices that are going to fill that hole. They're going to fill that void. They're going to make them feel better at the end of the day. But you wake up the next day and it's like, what happened, right? I, I can only drink so much. I can only pop these pills for so long until it all catches up to me. When it comes to the mental health battles, when it comes to these struggles that you face every day, you got to face them head on because you start using these substances, and substances are meant to enhance your happiness. They're not meant to block out the sadness because then you start to depend on it. You start to rely on the fact that, okay, this is going to make me numb for the night.
And that's basically what I was doing for all those years, just let's put on this persona. Let me drink. Not I mean, close friends would ask, but not and anybody I personally worked with or anybody that I was personally cool with never asked, hey, you good? Yo, like besides everything that's going on here and everything we're dealing with at the club, are you good? You never get one of those. You don't expect them, but hey, at least ask how somebody's doing. It's not always about club, it's not always about drinking.
Do you feel like that's why you've started to turn over this leaf of now you want to give the support to people? You want to go out to their events and start focusing on building those stronger relationships?
That's exactly why I was like, you know what? Let me put out positivity. Let me put out. I want to go see what they're doing. Let me go check their event out. Let me go, even if no one's gonna come to my events, because my events be random and everybody be working. Um, I just want them to show them like, yo, we're good. We out here. I came to support you. I'm here for a bit. I'll come back next time again. Cause, make sure they're good. I visit all my people's events. I try as much as I could. I try.
Do you feel like you faced a lack of support from people within the industry?
Yeah, yeah. I've had close friends of mine just go out to just go out with me. They're not really there to support. They just want to get there to get fucked up. And I just be like, come on. And then I'll sit them, invite them to a brand new spot that I'm gonna go to, Southside or Wisconsin or something. Oh, I can't go. I'm trying to stay in the city. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Nah, but I bet you if I had an event in the city, you'd be the first one to hear, hey, you got me on your list, or can I walk in with you?
You start to weed out those people. You start to realize that you're only being used and your energy is drained from that. I think back to, the song Grenade by Bruno Mars. It's really basic, it's about a relationship, but it applies to all of these situations where he says, I would go through all this pain, take a bullet straight through my brain. Yes, I would die for you, but you won't do the same. And a lot of the times, these relationships that you create with people, especially in the industry, it's you would do whatever you can to help somebody. Somebody could be down to their last few dollars. You might, spot them for a couple days. But when it's you in that position, it's like, where are you now? Now that I need the help, who's going to help me when I've given my all to everybody else? And especially in those moments, it's hard to maintain a love for someone. It's hard to maintain, positive relationships when all it's doing is draining you. How do you feel like you've seen this translate to, your personal relationships? I know you mentioned with your family a lot of the times because of what you do, it's there's a strain.
I'm always out when I have to be out, and they'll sit there and somebody will post or like screenshot whatever I'm doing. It could be me out drinking with a whole bunch of friends or me out drinking with some females, and they'll sit there and share it to their family and backlash of you already know what's coming. So like anything I post on social media when it comes to like the industry always ends up being somehow backlashed when it comes to family. Because then my family hears from me, or my family has to deal with what I'm going through, and then I hear it from them, and I'm just all like, all right, let me calm down on this now. Even though I feel like I could, do whatever I want, it does affect my family for sure. My family's been dealing with me DJing for the past like 10, 15 years. They've seen me at my highest DJing, and they see me at my lowest. So I just feel like, yo, should I even DJ anymore? Like I feel like it's just draining me. And there's been time to tell me, you got a good job. Why don't you just go find another job? And I'm just like, I don't know. I just don't want to give up yet. I feel like I shouldn't. I'm a great DJ, but it comes with the mental health and everything. You just start to think like, is it even worth it?
What do you feel like keeps pushing you to DJ then?
The love for music, man. Like sometimes I go to a spot and I hear a DJ, and I'm not talking crap about nobody, but I hear somebody DJ and I'll just be like, man, like I could do this better. No offense, and I'll just go home and just do something. I'm like, man, I wish I was DJing there tonight. And it's not like out here. I mean, I've been to Alabama. I've DJed in Alabama. I've DJed in Nashville and Wisconsin. DJed at a couple spots, random bars in Rosemont, and I've heard some DJs. I'll just be like, "Yo, what is this?"
Let's take it back to, your family, right? There's this misperception of who you are.
Everything that I post, I mean, I just be posting like I'm gonna be honest, like bottles coming out, girls all around me, girls on me, but I feel like I just do it for hey, the club's lit. Check this club out, come through. Cause I have people hitting me up, yo, we're gonna be there right now. What do we do at the door? Whatever, but they take it as in, this is not healthy. You're not doing good.
How do you feel like that perception has affected your relationship with your daughter?
It sucks to say it, but like I see her, but not as often as I want to see her. So it's like whenever people are upset with me, I don't get to see my daughter. So it kind of sucks. So that's why sometimes we're like, man, I'm just not gonna DJ this weekend. Just chill out, and maybe I'll be able to see my daughter this weekend. But then again, it's hard not being a DJ because you get randomly booked. So it's a plate I'm dealing with right now.
Having a healthy relationship while maintaining a brand, maintaining something that you love to do. A lot of people don't understand the position you put yourself in because you love what you do. You love the music aspect. To me, I love being able to take the time to curate these interviews, to sit down with people and talk to them about what they got going on in their life. And when you have somebody else that's depending on you that wants to spend that time with you, it's like, I wish I could give you more than what you need, but I just can't.
Yeah, it definitely sucks because I work Monday through Friday, So then weekend comes, I'm working again. Wake up on the weekend and you're waking up like at 2 in the afternoon from a long night, and it's just all right. I gotta start getting ready for the weekend again. Gotta start getting ready for tonight. So next thing you know, it's Sunday already. Monday, back to work. you miss the whole way gonna be able to spend time with somebody you want to spend time with.
Overall, how do you feel like this journey of being a DJ has really, you know, impacted the way that you move?
And if I wasn't a DJ, I think I'll still be doing what I was doing when I was like a teenager. And it wasn't nothing crazy, but I was just outside hanging out with my guys, going to the races, stealing cars, doing like random teenage stuff that we used to do back in the days. And then I got into the music industry and I started going to the studio, one of my guys. And from there, we started doing house parties. I had like 15, I think. I was doing house parties. And then I said, hey, let me get on the DJ. Let me see what's to it. So it changed my whole like, all right, you know what? This is what I want to do now. So I was working on cars back in the days and I was just DJing on the side. And to be honest, I was like, yo, I don't see myself doing anything else than DJing. I'll get a job here and there whenever I needed to, cause sometimes it'll be slow for DJs. But I always be like, nah, let me get back to DJing. This is not what I want to do. For a good like 4 years, that's all I did.
So what made you go back?
COVID, COVID,
COVID fucked it all up.
COVID messed up the whole industry. People went there like, hey, we got to start making money at the clubs because we've lost for so many years. Let's pay everybody else less. So that messed up everything. COVID messed up definitely everything. Before COVID, I think I was at not my prime, but getting there. But then again, I was going through all that depression and nobody knowing and me just dealing with it. I started drinking more when COVID happened.
Would you say that at some point there was a dependency on the alcohol?
See, that's the thing. When I wasn't DJing, I wasn't drinking.
But then when you were DJing,
But when I
you
was
were.
DJing, I was overdoing it. During the day or whatever, I'd be either at work or at home. I wouldn't be drinking or anything. But the moment night came, I was drinking. So that wasn't dependency. Like I wouldn't say I was dependent on it, but it did play a part.
What was a moment that made you realize it was a problem?
I don't even want to mention the spot, but when I swung off the owner of a spot, uh, like 2 years ago, while COVID was happening, that's when I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Did you remember doing it?
I remember the whole commotion up to it and the commotion after it, but I don't remember the whole thing in between.
So what steps have you taken to change that?
I don't say I depend on anybody at all, but I try to encourage my friends to like my close friends, like, yo, be on my ass. You see me with something, tell me something. If we out, don't let me do this. And I don't need nobody to depend on, but it's always good to have somebody to be there for you. Because if not, it's just gonna be always a battle with it. I'm not an alcoholic. I wouldn't say that because I'm telling you, I don't drink Monday through Friday at all. I'd be working every day. But when it came down to like having a good time, I thought to have a good time it meant to drink. When in reality, that's not it.
It's one of those things that you just got to realize like, hey, there's a balance to it. And, even for me, there were times where I realized like, damn, like this shit got to stop, right? And that's not to say that there was ever a problem, right? There wasn't a dependency, but there was a there was a period where I'd fuck up and next day I'm like, damn, like I'm fucked. I fucked up. And you just feel bad. You're like, fuck, like why do I keep doing this? So that's that time where you got to take the step back and say, hey, like let me work on myself. Let me put this away because if I keep using this, then it's going to become an even larger problem. And I think that's one of the biggest things that you got to realize, and that's something that you need the strength to do. You got to be disciplined, and to move forward, being disciplined with anything you do in life.
I've been out. Don't get me wrong. I've gone out and enjoyed my time, but like bullshit. There's really no bullshit to be on unless like it comes to me right now. But like I'm not dealing with anybody or dealing with people that bullshit's gonna come around.
Hey, you're not toxic enough to be on the show right now, bro.
So you think? I mean, what? I don't be on bull. The thing is with me, my bullshit is I'm just never gonna stay quiet. I don't stay quiet on nobody. It could be a promoter, a club owner, a person on the street, anybody. Like you tell me something, I'm always gonna have a response back, and that, people hate that. So like that happens to me still to this day. Like I try to control that, but like in the internet industry, like somebody, hey, do this, and I was like, what do you mean do this? And why do I need to do that if I could do it this way and do it my own way? And then just starts a whole chain of reaction of people. Like I recently stopped a brunch at a certain spot because basically I was playing music too loud and it was going to the next door neighbors and they were giving complaints and the owner basically owned both of them and they're like, well, the DJ got to start lowering the music down. I'm like, it's a brunch. It's 12 to 5. Why would I put the music down? I just ended that. I was like, you know what? I'd rather cut ties there.
Why didn't you just turn the music down?
Why would it turn the music down at brunch when it's like at its prime at 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock? People are enjoying themselves, having a good time, yelling.
Do you feel like it was an ego thing?
Yeah, no, because when other DJs were there, they could do whatever they want. The moment I'm there, it's like, yo, music too loud. Or, yo, change it up a bit. Or, yo, do that.
Damn, bro. It sounds like you need to go on you need to go on reintroduce yourself to people type
That's why I
shit.
changed my name, my DJ name. It used to be G Rhythm before COVID when all this was happening.
Oh, that's it. So
That's why, I didn't get to that.
you said I changed my name.
So when all that happened, when everything was happening, I was like, yo, I need to rebrand myself. And my nickname was always Gato from a kid. So I was like, you know what? Let me just keep it simple. Gato The DJ.
Man, I appreciate you sliding, bro. I like what you're doing, bro. I want to see you continue to succeed, and we'll
Thank
definitely
you.
lock in again soon.
For sure, bro. Hell yeah.
All right, guys, that's going to be all for today. Make sure you go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Sad Boys for real. Peace out.
This is Sad Boy Radio.
Broken pieces, who's to blame?